All right, this is 2125870M, the People versus Wayne Copeland.
Jeffrey Bant on behalf of Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland was, today's time date set for sentencing. He was present. I spoke with him briefly at the beginning of the day when we were just getting started. And then he was no longer sitting where he was sitting. I've called his name repeatedly, and it would appear that he left.
All right, so he was here. Did you tell him what the PSI recommended?
We haven't even got that far finished. I'm sure that he'd already read it, so I'm sure that he understood it.
So an immediate warrant for his arrest will issue. He's a danger to the community, in my opinion. So Mr. Anshaw.
Just want to make sure that he was.
Mr. Anshaw, thank you for being so patient today. We've been trying to get to Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland's apparently left the building. So I'm issuing an immediate warrant for his arrest. As soon as he's picked up, returns himself in, you'll be notified for sentencing. I do see documents were all submitted regarding your injuries, sir. So it looks like we have the file, but you'll get a notice to appear at sentencing. And at that time, you will have a right to make a statement, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I issue an immediate warrant for his arrest.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
James Gazicki on behalf of Mr. Webb. He's going to enter a plea of guilty to the charge of interfering with a police officer. Prosecutor has agreed to a sentence agreement of credit for 4 days served, and any fines and costs imposed by the court.
All right, do you understand that, Mr. Webb?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And did you go over your constitutional rights with your attorney that are outlined on this advice of rights form?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
did you sign and date this form?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you'll be waiving the trial rights on this form and the presumption of innocence if you enter a plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You understand if you're currently on probation or parole and you enter a plea of guilty, it could be a violation of your conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand if you're not a citizen of the United States and you enter a plea of guilty, it could have immigration consequences up to deportation.
Yes.
All right, knowing all that, sir, how do you plead to the charge of interfering with a police officer?
I'm guilty.
Has anyone forced you to get you to plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea agreement to get you to plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
So were you in the city of Taylor back on May 10th of 2025?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And while you were in the city on that date, did you do something that would make you guilty of the charge of interfering with police authority?
I guess I wasn't following the officer's instructions.
Somewhat combative too.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
All right, were you screaming loudly at officers while they were trying to give you instructions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Gazicki, are you satisfied with that?
I'm
factual
satisfied. I've
basis?
seen the videos in this matter. Your Honor.
All right, can you approach briefly?
Yeah. Proper address, make sure they got proper address. Okay.
Yeah, we have to have an address. We can't send just notice of anything if you don't give us, all right?
Well, the mailing address will be the same, the 26127 Fifth Street.
If we already have the address, that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're all set.
All right, thank you.
What's the address? It's not.
It's,
Sir, what's the address?
Yes, This 26127.
All right, Olivia Keith. This is 250651, the People versus Olivia Keith.
Morning, Your Honor. James Gazicki on behalf of Ms. Keith. We're asking for a 3-week adjournment. There's an offer made. She wants to discuss it with her probation officer. Your Honor. She's due to be off of probation too, by 3-week period.
All right. Where's she on probation at right now? Why not?
Woodhaven, Your Honor.
Whatever. All right, we'll send you notice of the new date in the mail. Your bond conditions will continue.
Okay,
All right, you're all set.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, 251232. This is the People versus Anaya Leaver.
Morning, James Kazicki on behalf of Ms. Leaver. We're moving for dismissal, set for a settlement conference, complaint failed to appear. Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, can you tell me your first and last name?
Anaya Leaver.
All right, the case against you is being dismissed without prejudice. Okay, because the complaining witness failed to appear for court today. That means the charges can be brought against you again. You understand that? Within a statutory time frame if the complainant comes forward.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're all set. Have a good day. All right, Christopher Cavallo.
James Kazicki on behalf of Mr. Cavallo, waive reading of the complaint, stand viewed. There's a discovery order in there, Your Honor, we're asking for adjournment for discovery.
All right, Mr. Cavallo, can you tell me your first and last name?
Christopher Cavallo.
Okay. Sir, did you go over your constitutional rights with your attorney that are outlined on this advice of rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign and date that form?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I've entered a not guilty plea on your behalf. Looks like someone's already posted a cash bond on this for him. Okay, I've signed the order granting discovery, and I will do an adjournment on all these files. I'm entering a not guilty on all of them for you. I'm gonna give you some bond conditions, though. All right, sir. These are your bond conditions. You've already posted the bond, so we'll just leave the bond or a third party, leave it as is. You're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You can't possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You may be subject to testing on demand. Would you test clean right now if I tested you?
Yes,
You sure?
yes, positive.
Okay. You're subject to testing on demand while this case is pending. We'll send you notice we'll adjourn it for discovery and we'll send you notice your new date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That took a turn. The hearing opened with the case of Wayne Copeland. And right off the bat, we had one of those moments you can't make up. He was there, he was called, and then he was gone. Judge Victoria Shackelford handled it the way you'd expect from an experienced bench. Calm but firm. No drawn-out speeches, just straight to the point. She noted that Copeland had already been through the presentence discussion, understood the recommendation, and then issued an immediate warrant when he bolted. No raised voice, no theatrics, just a quiet recognition that leaving mid-sentencing is not how the system works. The victim was present on screen, and Judge Shackelford made sure to explain what would happen next and that his right to speak at sentencing would be preserved. Professional and patient, but unambiguous in keeping order. Next up was a string of cases that showed the ordinary rhythm of a busy docket. James Kazicki represented Mr. Webb, who entered a guilty plea to interfering with a police officer. It was about as textbook as a plea colloquy gets. The judge carefully covered constitutional rights, waiver of trial, potential consequences, and even immigration impacts if applicable. Webb came across as subdued but cooperative. His answers were short, polite, yes, Your Honor responses, and when asked to explain the conduct, he admitted to being combative and not following instructions. Nothing dramatic, just straightforward compliance. Gazicki seemed steady and comfortable, no issues on his end. Then there was Olivia Keith, represented again by Gazicki, asking for a 3-week adjournment to review an offer and coordinate with probation. Pretty routine stuff, though there was a slightly loose moment when the details of her probation came up. Judge Shackelford kept it simple. Bond conditions stay, new notice goes out, and everyone moves along. Calm, businesslike, nothing to stir the pot. Anaya Leaver's case provided a bit of variety. Dismissal without prejudice when the complaining witness failed to appear. Judge Shackelford made sure to explain clearly that dismissal without prejudice means charges could be brought again within the statutory timeframe. Leaver kept her cool and responded respectfully. It was a nice example of the judge ensuring the defendant understood exactly what "you're all set for today" really meant. Finally, we had Christopher Cavallo, represented by James Massey, who entered not guilty pleas on multiple charges. The judge handled the discovery order, bond review, and conditions with her usual thoroughness. Cavallo himself was calm, direct, and perhaps a touch nervous, but respectful and responsive. The judge added a bit of gentle testing with, "Would you test clean right now if I tested you?" Cavallo answered yes, and the judge reminded him he was subject to testing on demand. A subtle but important way of reinforcing expectations without turning it into a lecture. Overall, the atmosphere of this hearing was a blend of routine efficiency with the occasional curveball. The disappearing act by Mr. Copeland was the standout oddity, but Judge Shackelford never lost her composure. The attorneys were competent and steady, and the defendants mostly presented as cooperative, if not always enthusiastic. There was no chaos, no grandstanding, just the real mechanics of a court moving through a full docket with a judge who manages it all with calm authority. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.